I'm sitting here now and I'm wondering why I've become so disenfranchised by professional wrestling, why I'm so angry at the professional wrestling industry, why I'm so jaded and cynical about the product. And I'm looking at myself and wondering, am I outgrowing the product? Am I just too tough on the product? Is the way that I've viewed the wrestling business in recent years changed my ability to enjoy it, changed the way that I experience wrestling and not in a good way? Could be true. Some or all of that could be true. And, it could be on me. It could just be me. But I refuse to take sole accountability and responsibility for that, especially when these different wrestling companies and the business as a whole have done so many ridiculous, stupid damn things in my eyes that have created the current industry in the shape that it is in today, the pathetic, sad state that it is in. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And I think most fans, if they're truly, really being honest with themselves, would agree with that. I really do. Now, I always think I'm right. I don't dispute that. But there are certain instances where I believe if you don't think I'm right, you're an idiot and you can kiss my ass. Because how could you not see it this way? Because this seems so clear to me and should seem so clear to you that this is the way it is. And I look at what the WWE is doing with Bray Wyatt, and I say, what an abortion. What an abortion to the wrestling business. What an abortion to Bray Wyatt and his character. What an abortion to the WWE and its current product, its company, its future. What an abortion to us as wrestling fans. This shit makes me sick. This shit is why I get so angry and so frustrated with the fucking wrestling business, and in particular the WWE. This is the type of ding-dong, dumb dick type of shit that keeps me jaded, that keeps me cynical, and keeps me at an arm's length distance, if not longer, away from professional wrestling. Here's a guy in Bray Wyatt. Now, when I talk about the Schleg Daddy's 5 tools to be a main eventer, in my mind, he's got all 5 of them. Does he have a WWE main event type look? To me, he does. Does he have the ability, through telling an in-ring story and action in the ring, to be able to get people to want to pay money to see him fight? I think he does. Does he have a unique type of character that makes him stand out as something different, something special, something unique, something that you might actually want to pay money to see? By God, yes, he does. Does he have that ability to connect with the audience? Does he have that charisma? Does he have that special it factor? I think he does in great doses. And does he have the ability to talk people's asses into the seats? Does he have that ability to talk people into being interested in whatever the hell he's involved with and potentially paying money to see him wrestle? I think he does. All 5 tools. This guy's fucking got them. And you would think for a company like the WWE, knowing that their talent at the top is very limited and that the returns they are getting from said top talent at the top are dwindling day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, you would think that this company would understand that at some point in time, it can't just be about the here and now. At some point in time, they have to do something to build towards their future, or they're not going to fucking have one. And while they're building towards their future, not only can they improve their outlook 3, 5, 10 years down the road, they can also help themselves right here, right now. And to me, Bray Wyatt, along with guys like Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, etc., these are the guys that are the pathway to helping out not only the future, but hell, the freaking present of the company today. And I know I wasn't alone in my quasi-optimism that the WWE in 2014 was going to start to go down this path and start to emphasize these guys and start to make these guys the biggest things and start to make these guys the stars and put the emphasis and the focus there and understand that these were the guys that mattered. These were the guys that were going to matter the most for years to come. And frankly, these might be the guys that matter the most right now. But of course, The WWE just can't help themselves. The WWE can't get out of their own damn way. The WWE can't get out of this cycle where they're stubbornly stuck on their own stupid. You look at Bray Wyatt. Here's a guy at the beginning of the year. Even with the dumb crap of having Daniel Bryan join the Wyatt family just to turn on him 2 weeks later, he's feuding with Daniel Bryan, the hottest fucking guy in the company. Even with that being said, he goes on to Royal Rumble when the match that is even in October now is still a legit match of the year candidate and beats Daniel Bryan 100% clean. The same Daniel Bryan that beat John Cena, one arm or two, doesn't matter, for the title at SummerSlam. Here at Royal Rumble, it's Bray Wyatt beating Daniel Bryan one-on-one, no help, no bullshit. Wyatt's over big. People are turning on their cell phone lights and it's lighting up the venue. And this guy, along with Daniel Bryan, might be the hottest damn thing going in the freaking company. Then the WWE follows that up with having the Wyatt family feud against the Shield. Another big-time feud. Another feud that was more interesting than anything else that was going on in the product. Another feud that was a license to print money, at least for a short period of time. Another feud that was putting the spotlight on newer faces and fresher faces and doing things the right way. And the Wyatt family wins there. But you had to know that this was only temporary. And it was only a matter of time before the WWE would find a way to magically, whoop-de-woo, screw the pooch and fuck things up with another guy that had so much going for him. And God knows they did. Then they stuck him into a program with Cena. And you have to know by now, whenever anybody gets involved with a program involving Cena, especially if they're not already an established top guy, like a Lesnar or like an Orton, you know what path this is going down, and it's never going to be a path that you're going to fucking like. And nor was this one. WrestleMania 30, everything is pointing to Bray Wyatt going over clean on John Cena, letting this be the signature of signature victories, continuing to build this guy's momentum, continuing to elevate this guy's profile. But he loses to Cena in a 3-on-1 glorified handicap match for the fucking wrong reasons, in the wrong way, at the wrong time, and it was dumb. And you go to Extreme Rules, it's more of the same Cena-involved crap. Wyatt's got to get help. Still can't beat him. The only reason he wins is because of a freaking 8-year-old kid singing in a damn robe outside of the damn cage door, and Cena gets mortified. The fuck is this? And then the next pay-per-view, you already know what fucking happens. I ain't got to tell you who went over in that one. And then you get to Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. And this seems like a chance for redemption with the Bray Wyatt character. This seems like a way to rectify the wrongs done during that whole Cena feud. This seems like an opportunity to get back on the right foot with this guy. But the WWE totally screws the pooch with this damn feud, and instead of giving us something that was engaging, something that was entertaining for the summer, they gave us something that was very drab and relatively forgettable and started to make us wonder about Bray Wyatt a little bit. And now we've gotten to the point in October of 2014, just 9 months after he was beating Daniel Bryan 100% clean in a match of the year candidate at the Royal Rumble, we are now utilizing Bray Wyatt to begin a singles run for Luke fucking Harper. The stupidity of this is completely and totally astounding. At a time where the WWE desperately needs somebody like they used to have with Hogan, and especially back in the day in the Attitude Era they had in Austin and The Rock, they need those unanimous baby faces, those guys that everybody can get behind, those guys that could appeal to everybody across all types of spectrums of fans. And you've got it here with Bray Wyatt, especially amongst these serious hardcore internet fans. You've got the one guy, even more so than obviously a Reigns, or even I would argue a Rollins, or hell, even an Ambrose. The one guy that almost every single individual that came on the internet and talked about wrestling and the WWE universally loved is fucking Bray Wyatt. This was the guy. So, of course, the WWE always tried to go against the grain instead of recognizing that the people want to cheer this guy, the people like this guy, that he's a unique type of guy. It's a way to extend an olive branch to a fan base that you desperately need to attach extend an olive branch to, knowing that you're going to rely on them by and large to subscribe to and continue to fund your stupid WWE Network project. And he's also a type of guy that you could get behind because he's not 5'10", 200 pounds. So your company's going to like that. You decide to continue to try and force the people to boo him. You try to force him as the bad guy when they're trying to tell you, no, we like this guy. No, we want this guy on top. We want this guy to become a big time star and we want him to be one of our heroes. And then you run him through Cena and this forgettable shit with Jericho. And now you're sitting there and utilizing the guy who's like 27, 28 years of age, who had at one point in time perhaps the hottest act in 2014 in all of the freaking WWE, up to and including even, I'd argue, Daniel Bryan. You are now in October determining that the best utilization for Bray Wyatt and the best way to get the most out of him, the best way to appeal to those serious and hardcore fans, the best way to potentially make him a new top star that your company so desperately needs, is to utilize him to initiate a singles push for a Luke Harper, who we've seen very little of out of the mic, a guy who is more than a half decade older than Bray Wyatt, and we're not even sure if he's going to be able to get the same type of reaction that a Bray Wyatt did. Look, I know a lot of you from his indie time love Brody Lee, and you'll swear by this guy, and that's fine. And I think he's a talent too. I don't know if he's a main event talent, but I think he's a firm hand. I think he's a guy that you can have in that company and you could do good things with. I think he's a player for this company for several years to come. But with that said, he is not the priority. He is not the one that you focus on. He is not the one that you push first. You finish business with Bray Wyatt. You do things the right way with Bray Wyatt. You make Bray Wyatt a top star, and you help Luke Harper even more. You sit there and do the right things with Bray Wyatt. You sit there and do things the way you're supposed to do them with Bray Wyatt, the way it seemed like you originally intended to do with Bray Wyatt. And it elevates Luke Harper even more. Imagine if Bray Wyatt is being established right now as a legit top guy. Imagine if you're presenting him as a new type of babyface for your WWE at a time where you desperately need it. And then you're elevating Bray Wyatt and you're elevating Luke Harper along with him. Now when you sit there, you get Bray Wyatt here and Luke Harper's here by association. You launch Luke Harper off on his own, take away Bray Wyatt. Luke Harper's already here. He doesn't have that much farther to go. And if he never goes any higher, he's still here. And even if it drops a little bit, he's still in a pretty good spot. But what happens is you had Bray Wyatt about here, Luke Harper starting to come up. Then, just as you're starting to realize you got more there, you drop Bray Wyatt, which drops Luke Harper, which means you've got Bray Wyatt about here, which means you've got Luke Harper about here. You take away Bray Wyatt, look at where Luke Harper is. He's got to go all this fucking way just to get up to here, or even to get up to here. And this, if he's already down here, he could drop down there. It might not seem like the greatest analogy in the world or the greatest example of this, but it should get the message across. By not sitting there and going all the way with Bray Wyatt, by not sitting there and doing the right things the right way with Bray Wyatt, not only have you potentially sabotaged a guy that could be a unanimously loved top star for your company for a decade plus in Bray Wyatt, but you have also negatively hindered and impacted the potential of a Luke Harper to get over as a top guy. To me, what this screams is Bray Wyatt's here, Luke Harper's here. They fucking negate each other. Luke Harper will be jobbing in 6 months, and Bray Wyatt will join a long list of notable mid-card guys that all of us are frustrated, or a segment of us are frustrated about, because they didn't get to where we think they should have, because we were actually right. And of course, as always, the WWE was fucking wrong. See Ryback, see Wade Barrett if you want to throw it in there. See Alex Riley if you throw him in there. See one of your favorites, Dolph Ziggler. We all have those different guys. And there's so many of them. Kofi Kingston, I could go on and fucking on. So many of these guys that you had the moment, you had the opportunity, and you screwed the pooch on it as a fucking company. How the hell can you not see this? And frankly, I don't see why any fans right now are excited about a Luke Harper push when they didn't even do things right with fucking Bray Wyatt. If they screwed shit up with Bray Wyatt, if they couldn't do shit right with Bray Wyatt, what in the bluest of blue fucks makes you think that they're going to do things right with Luke freaking Harper. This is just so frustrating. And this is why I get so pissed off at the WWE and why I'm so jaded and so cynical as a fan. Here's a guy with all the tools. Here's the guy that's as over as anybody in your fucking company. You claim as a company when it comes to John Cena, whether they're booing or cheering, everybody's reacting and that's a good thing. Well, what the fuck is Bray Wyatt doing? He's getting a reaction from everybody. The lights go out. Thousands of cell phones fucking go on. The people are cheering for him. They're roaring for him. You're getting a reaction for him. People want to see this guy. People are behind this guy. And at a time where your more serious hardcore fans are the ones that are propping up your stupid-ass WWE network, maybe it's a good idea to give them a freaking olive branch. And the best way to give them an olive branch at this point in time is to tell them that, hey, we understand you're tired of seeing the same old shit. This guy's different. We can live with them. You can live with them. Let's fucking make babies happen. But instead, no. We're just going to have Bray Wyatt sitting back and singing the praises of Luke Harper, so that way in 6 months, Bray Wyatt could be another frustrating would-have, could-have, should-have been mid-Carter, and Luke Harper could be a buried piece of crap. This fucking company is so stupid. People are tired of seeing the same old shit. They are tired of seeing the same guys featured in the same ways. Not only does that go for the guys at the top, like the Cenas and the Ortons and the Triple H's of the world, it also goes for the new fresh faces that ultimately can't get to the peak of that mountaintop and ultimately get rolled back down the mountain and get fucking buried under the avalanche of the Breakfast Club and Vince McMahon's WWE-induced senile stupidity. We're tired of all this shit. Triple H wants to hear from the fans, apparently. He wants some help. He wants to know what we want. What do we want? We want guys like Bray Wyatt to be given the full opportunities that their talents and abilities to get over and their ability to engage the fans have fucking earned them and deserve them and merit them, damn it! This is stupid. Fuck this company and their stupid BS. And fuck any fans that sit there and try to excuse this crap. Because you are just as much of a problem as the WWE and their stupidity. Because you justify this crap. You sheepishly excuse this crap. You try to push it off and say it's no big deal. It's overreacting. You try to play devil's advocate. There ain't no advocating here, assholes. Shit is shit. And what the WWE has done with Bray Wyatt is shit. The fuck has happened to Bray Wyatt? WWE stubborn stupidity is what's happened.